Rendo, he wearing 31 just like Raheem Mostert. You know, they do look like very similar players.
You know, after watching and actually seeing, definitely Raheem Mostert. You know, that's a guy that you know, a lot of people compare me to. You know, the more I see him play, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely a guy that's
Yeah, no, it's you know, it's definitely unfortunate, especially at a good environment like, you know, the Bills being in this situation. Man, I just hate the fact that I turned the ball over. You know, I mean, Johnson's good. And he's known for doing that type of stuff. That's where he makes his hay. But you know, I got to do my part, and you know, I just got to correct those things.
Who hit that ball out? I think it was Johnson. I think it was.
We knew what we were gonna get from a defensive standpoint from them. You know, their linebackers aren't really they're tied together. You know, they run sideline to sideline, and once you get past that first level, anything goes. And you know, that's the approach that we took this week.
What's going through your mind on that last drive?
Once you get past that first level, anything goes. So you gotta get past the point of attack. Get to that second level, then we could work. And then we could work.
Especially with lining up for a 63-yard.
Yeah, you know, I mean, honestly, you know, you can't blame the ref for anything, and it's just unfortunate that, you know, Poe was in that situation. You know, sometimes you gotta let ball be ball at the end of the day. You know, I gotta check the tape. I gotta check the tape and see what really happened. But from my standpoint, I didn't see anything that was, you know, that penalty-wise. But
of course we wouldn't. But you know, Buffalo Bills, the refs, you know, they be cheating. For good teams, they cheat.
You know, that's just the way of the game. And then, you know, when you line up for that 60-something yard field goal, I mean, I heard that he was struggling all throughout the year. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where that's just ball, man. At the end of the day, and we just got to do our part in trying to eliminate those type of situations.
You guys played such a good, well-rounded game. But you feel snake bit at this time? Stuff like that happening?
I mean, yeah and no, because we definitely put ourselves in that position. And you know, me, I gotta take it a little more critical on myself. That I need to stop doing these turnovers. I mean, excuse my French, it's embarrassing for me, and this is something I usually don't do. And yeah,
I feel like Raheem Mostert, he taking this to the heart in regards to him fumbling. I like that right there. I like that. I could work with a running back like this. I can, most definitely, man. Most definitely. So shout out to Raheem Mostert, man, with the Mr. T chain. Shout out to that boy, man.
I don't know, but you know, they do make plays, and that's why defense is defense.
What did you like about the offensive plan?
It was good. Well executed. We scored pretty much every drive besides, you know, the one that, you know, we try to do desperado mode, try to get into a situation where we got to try to get down the field, and it's our last play. Other than that, I felt like our offense, we were rolling and clicking.
The last one, essentially going toe to toe. It was a very even game with obviously the best team in the division. Does that provide any solace or any hope?
I mean, yeah, it definitely does, you know, especially when you're dealing with a team like Buffalo. You know, kudos to them. They do a hell of a job, you know, game plan and figure out situational ball. And, you know, we gotta take this loss and let it feed us from within and grow from it. And, you know, we got the Rams on Monday night, which is going to be a challenge too. West Coast game, and you know, you have to have that 20.
Usually when teams travel, you better hope that you're a good-ass team. Right now, I do think we're a good team, but I don't think we're good enough to travel to LA and beat them, boy. I don't think we're good enough to do that, but we're going to see. You know, Odell Beckham, Jalen Ramsey used to play over there, so
for our
that's something
in this league. So we're just going to get back to what we know. This is a bright step in the right direction, but, you know, at the end of the day, we got to move on.
Yeah, shout out to Raheem, man. Shout out to Raheem. The only thing I'm confused about is in regards to who needs to get more touches, Jalen Wright or Raheem Mostert. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Y'all choosing Jalen Wright or y'all choosing Raheem? You know, me personally, I can't choose. I can't choose, man. I love Jalen Wright. You know, I love Raheem Mostert, but that's a tough one. That is most definitely a tough one. Here's the running back coach talking about Jalen Wright and his touches. Check this out.
Rookie to pick all this up as he has. He's worked extremely hard at it. He's obviously talented. You know, when he's gotten in there, he's made the most of his opportunities. The reality is, it's a crowded room. It's a good room, and so finding ways to get carries for all those guys is a challenge. You want them to get them all to get going because they all have the ability to affect the game in a positive way. And Jalen is a part of that. We want to get him more touches. You know, there's just looking to find windows to do that for each of them.
Isn't that easier considering you could just give him carries at the beginning of the game or be part of the game plan? Or?
Good point. Good point. You know, with Jalen Wright, it would be good if we start him off in the game, and then after that, we dwindle down to Devon A-Chain and Raheem Mostert and let them boys get most of the carries. You know, let Jalen Wright get like 7 carries, 8 carries. See how much yards he can get off of that each week.
The first scripted 20?
Well, you know, there's a lot of things that go into that. When you're running the ball for a runner, it's getting a feel for what's happening in the game. And so, you know, you start mixing guys in and dropping this guy, and you take one guy in to take one guy out to give him that opportunity. Now, you know, you're changing the whole dynamic of things. So we're what we're constantly trying to do, what I'm trying to constantly do, is get a feel for where we are, who's in the flow of what's happening, who's getting productivity, and who's riding with these things. And that changes all the time within the course of a game. So we're trying to get the people in there that give us. There's not a guy in my room I would not put in the game. I trust those guys in the room. I think we've got a talented room. So whether that's Devon, whether that's Raheem, whether that's Jalen, whether that's you know, Jeff Wilson, we trust those guys.
Then why y'all boys let go of Chris Brooks? Why? Why y'all had to do that, man?
To go in and be productive. When and how we do it, that's also the challenge for the defense to figure out too. You know what I mean? So what they're seeing and what we're trying to do based on different people. So there's a lot of different things. It's the easy thing is to say, well, just drop this guy in and play him right now. Well, okay, what's the result of it? What are we getting from it, and what is the outcome that we're trying to get from it?
But when Jalen Wright goes in, y'all see what happens. Y'all see it. Y'all watching the same thing that we watching. So it's confusing as to where you see what he does and you still don't give him playing time. It's confusing. But when you watch Raheem Mostert and what he's doing out there, Devon A-Chain, what he doing out there, ain't like Jalen Wright could go out there and play receiver. You know, I'd rather see Raheem Mostert and Devon A-Chain out there playing receiver. Right here we have the 49ers rookie, Garendo. He wearing 31 just like Raheem Mostert. You know, they do look like very similar players.
You know, after watching and actually seeing, definitely Raheem Mostert, you know, that's a guy that, you know, a lot of people compare me to. You know, the more I see him play, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely a guy that's similar to me. You know,
it's crazy that the Miami Dolphins had interest in this guy as well.
After watching and actually seeing
during the draft,
definitely Raheem Mostert, you know, that's a guy that, you know, a lot of people compare me to. You know, the more I see him play, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely a guy that's similar to me.
49ers knew what they was doing when they got this guy. They knew it. They knew it. They miss Raheem Mostert. That's it. They do. Here I have a carry of Raheem Mostert against the Buffalo Bills. Good wash down by Austin Jackson and Liam. They watched 92, man. 92, he got pancake. Who 92? Is that what, Daquan Jones, I think? But yeah, that's a good run right there. Good blocking by the O-line, playing tough, physical on this one. Alec Ingold, you already know what he about. Good job by Raheem Mostert. But this is what happens when you're in this offense for a little while. You get to know like the lanes, how you supposed to run this type of offense, you know. But he getting hit a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. He getting hit. I'm not saying that Raheem Mostert is not injury prone, but you know there's a chance that he is based off all the injuries I remember him going through. Ain't no way they're gonna throw him the ball in this one. Ain't no way. He running it. Nice play call right there. He went up the crease, but he went down. There go Jalen Wright. Good job going out of bounds. Almost a first down. Those end arounds definitely work for Jalen Wright because of his speed as well. And on top of that, he has the size that he got to break through tackles. Jalen Wright, a problem. Good blocking by Liam. Good blocking by Aaron Brewer. Okay, O-line. The boys came to play against this team. Decent gain on that one. Good run. Jalen Wright, he like a bell cow out there. A bell cow. So hopefully we get to see him more often before January. Hopefully.